Morning guys, how are you? Ohio gozaimasu. We come out for a short session today. I'm not going to spend too long, it's about 7 degrees, but we'll see if we can catch something on the river. But I want to show you something and tell you a quick story. Yesterday I was here and I looked down the bottom there and there was a massive swirling right in the middle of the river here. There were no birds, so I know for a fact it was a fish. In fact, I can see a lot of little dimples coming out there as well. So we're going to, this is a part of the River Wey. As you look down there, well, that's the canal part, and then further round is where we fish when we cross over the lock and go to the main River Wey. But nobody fishes this stretch. I've never seen anybody fish this stretch of water. And whatever it was that swirled down there was big. It was very big. When I came back, just about to cross the road here to go to the car park, I could see some very, very large ripples. So there was obviously something else. You'll have to excuse the traffic, I'm afraid. But it's a lovely morning. It's about 7 degrees, so it's quite chilly, but we're only down for about two and a half hours. But this is Perford, and as I say, yeah, that's the canal, but nobody, I don't see anyone fishing this at all. So we're going to use a very simple method. I'll show you my tactics and setup, and we'll spend about an hour here, and if we don't get anything, we'll walk down there, cross over the lock and go down to the main part of the river. Anyway, it's great to have you with us, and let's wet a line. It's going to be a very simple method. I've only got 2 baits with me today primarily, and that's a good reason. We've got bread, good old bread. I don't use bread enough, I need to use it more. And the other, cheese and garlic pellets, which I think, if there are any fish around, could prove to be very, very deadly. So let's go and get the gear sorted out and see what we can get. And we're going to fish just underneath this overhanging large tree here. There's a little gap down there, and we're just going to lob some bread out. So let's go to it. So welcome to Fishing with Clive. I think I said that before. Anyway, it's a lovely day. Yesterday was overcast and a bit warmer, but you can't control the weather, can you? So we'll get down to the swim. I didn't bring a tripod with me. I didn't want to carry too much gear. My camera bag at the moment weighs a ton, so I'm hopefully going to get some new photos in London this weekend. I've not been for a couple of years, and I do like to have an occasional trip to the city. This new little bag I brought, a couple of little pockets, just folds up and it goes over your back. It's got a couple of straps on there and just goes over the back. So we're going to lob a quiver tip out. Got a 12-foot Oakwood rod, glass tip, landing net. That's it. Oh, I should have brought a rod rest. Okay, I knew there was something. We'll be alright, we'll improvise. In fact, if anything, I'll hold the rod. Anyway, let's get this set up. There's always something. I knew there was something. Car's not very far anyway, so. So we just brought cheese and garlic pellets, hook pellets, and some bread. So, very simple method. The water's nice and coloured still, which is good. So I've got 5-pound main line straight through to size 10 barbless hook on a running rig, and we can change this if we want to. Normally I would have a sleeve over here, but we're not fishing far out, we're fishing very close in. We're almost going to drop it in, and a piece of flake on the bottom there which will lift up a bit. I might bring this down a bit closer, but let's just fish very simple, see what happens. Yes, one of my subscribers has given me a challenge, and that is to catch a perch of £2 or over. Well, might be a chance next weekend that I'll go out to a certain place and have a go, but I accept the challenge, so thanks a lot for that, mate. Loads of stuff still going on at the moment, but if all goes well, sometime next weekend we'll pop out somewhere and see if we can do it. So thanks a lot, mate, but I accept the challenge. This is delightful, just sitting here in the sun, the old quiver tip out. I've put on two jackets, one thick jumper and a body warmer, just right. I don't think it'll go much over about 8 degrees today. In fact, it's 1:45, so we're probably in the warmest part of the day now, near enough. But we'll stick it here for a little while. I'll say it's just nice to wet a line again, just using a very simple method, travelling very light, really nice, and it's nice to be able to share it with you all. Thanks for being so patient. It's been quite a year. But we're all sorted now, so got a new lens coming Thursday or Friday. I'd like to include some of the photos more with my fishing as well, be quite nice. Oh, I've just been talking to a couple of anglers, quite interesting to hear what they were saying. They didn't get anything today, but they've obviously had some good fish. I just lost a dace, quite a nice one, so that's encouraging. I've got it in front of me and it fell off the hook. Mind you, it's quite a big hook, so it's not really surprising, but yeah, but at least we had a fish on, so that's encouraging. What's the time now? 1:05. Well, if I can get a dace here, I should be able to get some dace in the main part of the river. I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. I was just sitting there thinking about that dace. There were a few options open to us. Could have gone back to get the float rod and catch some more, but the fact is, if there's a small dace and other fish that are willing to take the bread where we're going, there are roach and dace besides chub, and the dace are bigger, so we do stand a chance of getting maybe a few extra fish from the deeper water. But where we was fishing just now, it's a place that I'd be tempted to go back with sometime, maybe the float rod or the whip, and see if we can bang out some roach and small dace and just have some fun. So it's food for thought. That's the great thing about fishing though, isn't it? You have options. You've got to try and work out to put things more into your favour. And because we're fishing the deeper water just down, I mean, the water looks great. It's got that colour to it. It's not too coloured, it's not too clear, it's cold but it isn't freezing. I think tonight we're expecting a quite a big frost tonight, and I think tomorrow later on we're expecting strong winds and rain. So although we have a short session, we really need to sort of think, okay, let's try and improve our odds. So we'll get onto the main river, even if we don't catch a chub. If we catch some nice quality dace or even a nice roach would be lovely. That would make the day, it really would. So we're gonna cross over the lock, Newark Abbey, Priory, I think they call it a priory. We'll cross over the lock here. Such a lovely stretch of water. I should fish the rivers more, really. I do love fishing the rivers. I think probably myself, to be quite honest, I'm more of a lake still water fisherman than I am the rivers. But I definitely should fish the rivers more. There's some great channels on YouTube with anglers who fish rivers, and always makes me think, come on Clive, get yourself onto the river and get a wild fish, nice wild roach, or even a chub or a dace, a few dace. And it's not that long a walk down here. Gives me a chance to warm up a bit. I've got really cold though. And there's the colour of the pellets, and they really stink. I have a feeling we might be lucky today. I've got a lot of faith in this bait, even though I haven't used it. It really does smell. And I know that garlic and cheese can be very deadly, but in Clive's hands, probably not. Well, that's one way to get around, isn't it? I had a couple of strong taps earlier and missed. He didn't really pull over, but he kept tapping. I missed it. Whether it was a smaller fish, maybe a small chub or a roach possibly, but it was nice to see that quiver tip bouncing around. All we want to do is see it hook right over, and then we can be into a fish. It's 2:15 now. Just got 2:20. So we give it another hour. It starts getting dark about 3:30, but we're going to give it another hour anyway. Let's see if we can winkle one out. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, if we blank, we blank. But that is stunning. Absolutely stunning. The lighting is amazing. Really, really gorgeous. And getting cold. Yeah. Well guys, it's coming up to 3:30, and sun has gone down behind the trees over there now. But when the sun came out and hit these trees along here in this bend, I did manage to get some fantastic photos. The lighting was absolutely incredible. So being a photographer as well as an angler, the advantage to that is, okay, so we lost the roach for a day, so it dropped off the hook. But even though we blanked, it was only a very short session. Quite confident with the bait and the setup. But you know, with fishing, chub fishing, any kind of fishing, either works on the day or it doesn't. At least we tried a couple of swims, and I have to confess, I'm really glad we came round here. I had a few sort of the odd little pluck, but if a chub's going to take that, it's just going to go. Although some days they can be quite finicky as well. It just looked perfect to get a chub out, but hey, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because there's another time and I shall be retiring from my job next year, so there'll be a lot more fishing to come on the channel, I can assure you of that, and photos as well. So it's not been a wasted day, not by any means. Good job I've got plenty of layers clothing on, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless, and it's really good to see you all. So give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, won't you? And thank you very much for watching.